Money. It's the lifeblood of our modern world, flowing through our lives like an invisible current. But for far too many, it's become a raging torrent, threatening to sweep them away. Welcome to a journey into the heart of financial turmoil, where we'll uncover the money mistakes that keep millions trapped in a cycle of stress and uncertainty. Imagine standing at the edge of a financial precipice, the ground crumbling beneath your feet. Below, a dark, swirling abyss labeled financial instability beckons. For countless Americans, this isn't just a metaphor, it's their daily reality. Meet Mark, a hard-working individual who meticulously tracks every expense. He pays his bills on time, proud of his financial responsibility, but there's a glaring omission in his carefully crafted budget, a savings column. Mark isn't alone. According to the American Psychological Association, nearly two-thirds of Americans don't budget for savings at all. It's a shocking statistic, but one that barely scratches the surface of our collective financial struggles. Did you know that 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? That's right, nearly two-thirds of your friends, family, and neighbors are teetering on the brink of financial disaster. But why? How have so many of us found ourselves trapped in this precarious position? The answers may surprise you, frustrate you, and even make you angry. Because the truth is, many of the financial pitfalls we face are hidden in plain sight, camouflaged by societal pressures and misconceptions about wealth. Today, we're going to shine a light on these insidious traps. We'll explore the psychological triggers that lead to reckless spending, the societal expectations that push us into debt, and the lack of financial education that leaves so many unprepared for life's financial challenges. Brace yourself. This journey won't be easy, but it's one we must take, because only by understanding the forces that keep us financially stuck can we hope to break free and build a more secure future. Are you ready to confront the uncomfortable truths about money, to challenge your assumptions, and perhaps even change the way you think about wealth? Then join us as we dive deep into the money mistakes that keep you stuck and discover how to avoid them at all costs. Let's dive deeper into the lives affected by these financial missteps. Picture Sarah, a mother standing in her kitchen, dinner in one hand and her smartphone in the other. She's scrolling through a group chat with friends, their laughter and camaraderie filling her home. But beneath her smile, Sarah's heart weighs heavy. On the table beside her lies a stack of bills, mocking her as they inch closer to the edge. Sarah is one of the 28% of Americans who, according to Bankrate's 2019 survey, have no emergency savings at all. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Can you feel that pulse in your chest? That's the dreaded realization that an unexpected financial shock could strike at any moment, leaving you with nothing to soften the blow. But it gets worse. 1 in 5 Americans are scraping by with less than 3 months' worth of expenses saved. They're all sharing the same fears, grappling with impossible choices. Should they pay the electric bill this month or buy groceries? Skip that needed medical appointment or risk falling behind on rent? The consequences of these financial shortfalls are far-reaching and devastating. High-interest debt becomes a constant companion. Payday loans, with their exorbitant rates, trap people in a cycle of borrowing just to make ends meet. Relationships strain under the weight of financial stress, as people are forced to lean on loved ones or friends for support. But here's a statistic that might shock you. According to a 2021 survey, 2 in 5 Americans confess they couldn't cover even a $400 emergency. Let that sink in for a moment. A single car repair, a minor medical procedure, or an unexpected home repair could send nearly half of us into a financial tailspin. These aren't just numbers on a page. They represent real lives, real struggles, real fears that keep people up at night. The anxiety, the despair, the feeling of being trapped in a cycle you can't escape. It's all too real for millions of Americans. But why? How have we arrived at this point? The answer lies in a complex web of factors, from societal pressures to lack of financial education. Take Mark, whom we met earlier. His meticulous budgeting seems responsible on the surface, but by neglecting to save, he's setting himself up for future crises. This neglect of savings doesn't just impact day-to-day living, it shapes futures. Investing in a home, pursuing higher education, or embarking on a dream career all become daunting fantasies, forever just out of reach. Why? Because without a cushion of savings, opportunities slip away like shadows at dusk, leaving individuals feeling stuck in a suffocating cycle. As we continue our journey, we'll uncover more of these hidden traps and explore how they intertwine to create a perfect storm of financial instability. But remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these pitfalls, we take the first crucial step towards avoiding them. But the financial pitfalls we face aren't just about a lack of savings. They're often rooted in the very way we approach budgeting, or rather, how we don't approach it at all. Let's pull back the curtain on a shocking reality. According to a survey by Bankrate, 63% of Americans lack a budget altogether. That's nearly two-thirds of us flying blind when it comes to our finances. It's a collective ignorance that leaves many feeling powerless to change. Imagine hustling through life, working hard day in and day out, only to wake up one day and find yourself ensnared by the very finances you thought you had under control. It's a gut-wrenching realization, one that's all too common in our society. Even those who do budget often fall into a dangerous trap. They meticulously calculate their steady monthly expenses, feeling a sense of control and accomplishment. But life doesn't always play by those rules, does it? According to the National Endowment for Financial Education, countless individuals forget to account for irregular expenses, those sneaky costs that pop up when we least expect them. Think about it. When was the last time you budgeted for a sudden car repair or an unexpected medical bill? These aren't anomalies. They're the realities of life, yet we treat them as surprises, allowing them to derail our carefully laid plans. This oversight creates an insidious trap, a false sense of security that breeds complacency. As the months roll on, those forgotten expenses knock on the door, marching in like unwelcome guests. They take up residence in our budgets, leading to a disastrous overspending spiral and plunging us deeper into the overwhelming abyss of debt. The long-term consequences of these poor budgeting choices are chilling. Debt accumulates like a snowball rolling downhill, growing larger and more threatening with each passing day. It erodes any hope of saving for retirement, strangling the mental health of those trapped in the cycle of financial worry. What starts as small oversights morphs into overwhelming burdens. Each unpaid debt only grows with interest and penalties. With time, the walls close in tighter, squeezing the joy and peace out of life. It's a suffocating cycle that leaves many feeling hopeless and stuck. But here's where we need to pause and take a deep breath, because recognizing these pitfalls is the first step towards overcoming them. It takes courage to face the uncomfortable truths about our finances, to admit where we've gone wrong. But it's in this recognition that we find the seeds of change. As we continue our journey, we'll explore how societal pressures and psychological triggers contribute to these financial missteps. We'll uncover the hidden forces that push us towards reckless spending and poor financial decisions. But remember, with each revelation comes an opportunity, a chance to break free from the cycle and forge a new path towards financial stability.